I found my roommate under my bed, then he vanished. I used to think I was a good judge of people, that I could tell when something was off. Now, I'm not so sure. When Tom moved in, I didn't think twice. A friend of a friend had mentioned he needed a room, and my old roommate had just moved out. Rent's expensive, and Tom seemed normal enough when he came by to look at the place. Quiet, polite, even a little shy. We split rent, set up the Wi-Fi, went grocery shopping once together. He liked instant noodles and those cheap iced coffees. Simple guy. At first, living with him was easy. We'd say hi in the hallway, sometimes eat at the same time, but mostly stayed out of each other's way. I liked that. I worked late shifts, so I often got home around midnight. The apartment was dark, calm, predictable, until it wasn't. The first thing I noticed was how often Tom was awake when I got home. It unlocked the door, and he'd already be standing in the living room. No TV, no lights, on just standing there. The first few times, I thought I'd startled him, but he never jumped, never moved. He'd just look at me and smile faintly. Couldn't sleep? I asked once. Yeah, he said, something like that. Slow, steady steps up and down the hall. Sometimes he'd stop right outside my door, just stand there. I knew because the old wood floors creaked whenever someone moved. He'd stare at the ceiling, frozen, waiting for the sound to stop. He never knocked. By morning, everything was normal again. He'd be sitting at the kitchen table, eating cereal like nothing happened. When I tried to bring it up, he'd tilt his head slightly, confused. I was asleep, he said. You sure you didn't dream that? I started double-checking the locks at night, making sure my door was closed tight, but sometimes I'd wake up and it would be open just a crack. Then came the smell, a faint metallic scent like old blood or rust, drifting from his room late at night. I told myself it was pipes, or food gone bad. I even tried to peek in once when he wasn't home, but his door was locked. After that, I started keeping my phone next to my bed, recording audio through the night. The first night, nothing. The second, soft noises, breathing, too close, too human. The hinge squeaked, then a pause, and then a quiet voice, almost a whisper. You sleep so still. I confronted him the next morning, shaking, voice barely steady. Tom, were you in my room last night? He smiled. Calm, too calm. Why would I do that? His tone was light, almost playful. You should get more sleep, man. You're starting to sound paranoid. At 7 a.m., I heard a faint sound, again a soft scrape beneath me. At first, I thought it was in my head. Then I heard breathing, slow, deliberate, under my bed. I leaned over the edge, heart pounding, and saw two eyes staring back at me. I froze. Couldn't move. Couldn't scream. The eyes didn't blink. Then his voice calm, quiet, way too close. I didn't mean to scare you. I jumped out of bed so fast I nearly fell. Tom crawled out from underneath, brushing dust off his clothes, as if this was normal. What the heck are you doing? I shouted. He blinked slowly. I just wanted to be close. What? He tilted his head. You always sleep with your back to the door. You're so quiet. I wanted to know what it's like to be that close to someone without them knowing. He said it so softly, like it was something tender, something intimate. I couldn't even breathe. He stood up, looked around my room like he was admiring it, and smiled faintly. I didn't hurt you, he said. Then he walked out, closing the door gently behind him. I sat there until sunrise, knife in hand, every sound amplified. When I finally opened my door, his room was empty. No clothes, no toothbrush, no trace had ever lived there. I called the landlord that morning. He sounded confused. Therese, only one tenant on the lease, he said. No one else was supposed to live there. I swear Tom was real. I met him. I spoke to him. There were dishes he used, receipts in his name, but now it's like he never existed. I moved out a week later. I don't tell people why, I just say it was too quiet there. Sometimes, though, when I'm lying in bed in my new place, I swear I hear it again. A faint scrape, a slow breath, just beneath me. And I can't help thinking about what he said that night. I just wanted to be close.